Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ya mee ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ya mee ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Hello my people, welcome back. We are here again with another mind-blowing information. This is still coming from Brgie, the Biafra government in exile. Hey, Oko di over. This guy is doing wonders with his group. He said they have written, this letter I'm about to give you is what they wrote to United States government through the U.S. Congress, that the indigenous people of Biafra, old eastern region of Nigeria, have been living under existential threat of annihilation in Nigeria since 1966. Okay, let me read the letter word to word. This letter was dated 18th day of May 2023. Nigerian government is presently hunting down indigenous people of Biafra all over Nigeria. Any indigenous person of Biafra coming into Nigeria from abroad will be profiled, picked up from the airport, harassed, intimidated, put into captivity in any dungeon chosen by terrorists in government uniforms, and extrajudiciarily killed for no reason known by any civil law. We appeal to the United States government to hasten the designation of Nigeria as having temporarily protected status to enable industrious law-abiding people of Biafra remain wherever they are presently, because any attempt to return to Nigeria will amount to coming into harm's way or death. Biafrans occupy the territories of the southeastern region of Nigeria, and they are estimated at over 75 million people, some living in Nigeria and others dispersed all over the world, with many in America contributing to Americans' prosperity. Biafra existed as an independent nation from 1966 to 1970, when Nigeria and its allies fought Biafra and annexed Biafra into Nigeria in 1970. The Biafra Republic government in exile, Brgie, of the indigenous people of Biafra, is established to undertake the political and administrative governance of the nation of Biafra from outside Biafran territory. The Brgie undertakes diplomatic and foreign relationship, arrangement and agreement, negotiations and pacts with other nations and interest organizations of the world on behalf of the Biafran people. They are to be accorded all diplomatic privileges as due to any government official of their respected levels. Biafrans, through their government in exile, are requesting support from the United States of America and its citizens to assist Biafrans' peaceful exit from Nigeria. After the Nigerian-Biafra War in 1970, which was necessitated by social injustice and tribal rivalries, the federal government of Nigeria implemented an unwritten policy to keep Biafra land undeveloped and its people poor. The federal government of Nigeria shut down seaports that existed in Biafra land prior to 1960. There are no functional seaports, no functional international airports, no electricity, no running water, no good roads in Biafra land, making it difficult, if not impossible, for the indigenous people of Biafra to stay in their ancestral homelands to do any meaningful and profitable businesses. This has led to the migration of Biafrans from rural to urban areas in Nigeria, including other cities all over the world. We wish to remind you that Frederick Lord Lugard amalgamation of the southern and northern protectorates of what is today's Nigeria, which was established in 1914, was to last for 100 years. The 100 years have expired. We wish to remind you also that the amalgamation agreement that merged Nigeria into one country was for the sole interest of the British Crown, without any consideration for the welfare and development of the indigenous people. The Amalgamation Agreement in 1940 stated that after 100 years, any tribe, group, or region that does not want to continue in the Union will be free to exit the Union called Nigeria. The year 2023 makes that amalgamation agreement 109 years. So by implication, the amalgamation agreement has expired. The amalgamation agreement is binding and Nigeria should and must be renegotiated and freedom granted to groups that wish to exit the Nigerian Union, especially Biafrans. Nigeria is made up of several nation-states, districts, and distinct and parallel with dangerous diversities. There is no similarity or commonality between the people of the South and the Northern Protectorate. Hence, the amalgamation is very selfishly and wickedly connived and implemented. This explains why it was hurriedly signed into law without due consultation with the indigenous people. Since the British imposed amalgamation, there have been constant rift between the tribes. Each tribe is suspicious of the others, and each fights dominate the others. Nigeria has not progressed because the relationship of the tribes have remained cantankerous and pugnacious. Biafrans are being killed recklessly in Nigeria today like no other time in Nigerian history. The Biafran people incredible fear of death. In 2016, more than 160 Biafran youths were shot down in cold blood at Ngwa High School, Aba. The army declared Operation Python Dance 1 and 2 and went to the home of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and killed over 50 Biafrans. Amazi Nnamdi Kanu escaped assassination by the Whiskers. The army went to Uzowani in Enugu State and massacred over 100 Biafran youths, repeating the same at Ihamofo, Izombe, and Aguleri, just before the recently concluded general election in Nigeria. About 40 people were shot dead in cold blood in Aba, Abia State, when some unarmed youths marched to the street to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, who Nigerian government is holding captive, even when the court discharged him of all charges. Soldiers also wounded hundreds of other innocent people. In January 1st, 2023, the military led siege on the town of Ihube, Okigwe, and the state and burned the town down. After the presidential election of February 2023, the military and political thugs burned down the businesses of Biafrans for no just reason in Lagos, Maiduguri, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, etc. The designation of Nigeria as having temporary protected status is welcome development, and we equally request the U.S. government to use its influence and leverage to push for the renegotiation of Nigeria and a peaceful referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra to exit Nigeria, putting an end to decades cold hostility before it degenerates into another full-scale civil war, which could have been averted. Thank you all. Respectfully, Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister, Brgie, Biafra Republic exile in exile. All right, my people, that's what we have here for you. And I know each Dick, Tom, and Harry from Biafra land must help to push this letter to the US. Push it, keep tweeting, keep pushing until it gets to the ear of those that will take it up from there. Please, people in the US should take this letter, push it to the White House. Push and let the congressmen help us to shout it out to the whole world. Shout it to UN and let it happen. Biafra exit should be peaceful. It should not be. It should not bring about war. Calling of a referendum is not calling for war. Yes, they are talking about war because they have been in government, they have ammunition, they want to annihilate the Igbos, the Biafrans, but we will use wisdom. God is with us. God who made us to remain and multiply again will not allow us to finish. God will fight this battle, hence they want to fight battles with the Lord. We are children of Chukwokika Abiyama. We know who our God is. He has given us brave men and women, brave sons and daughters, kings all over the world to champion this agitation. Even as they are holding Mazen and Kanu, we are moving on. And this will shock them that people still resemble Mazen and Kanu. People are still strong and very strong and wise as well. My dear people, that's where I will wrap this reading up today, urging you to stay glued and share and make it to go viral. God bless you.